we are ready. Right. Here we go. I'm going to put myself small now and I'm going to share my screen, okay? And I'm going to be as clear as I can. You know that all my lessons are usually as clear as we can make it, okay? If it's not clear, at any point, stop me and say, please, can you explain a bit better? Okay. And hopefully it's going to be simpler for you. Okay. I'm going to show you very briefly what is the difference between a COD and a POD. Okay. Now a COD is a complément d'objet direct. I'm going to show you in a minute in the sentence what it is. And a POD is a pronom d'objet direct. Okay. So a complément d'objet direct in a sentence is the person or thing which directly receives the action of the verb. I'm showing you that in a minute. And it can be replaced by a pronoun, which is called a POD, pronom d'objet direct, in order to avoid repetition. Such as, and this is the beginning of the, a simple explanation, je mange la pomme. Can you see that here? Je mange la pomme. Okay. So if you translate this in English is I eat the apple. Okay. So I eat the apple. Now, la pomme is what we know as a complément d'objet direct. Okay. La pomme goes with the verb manger, okay? So, je mange la pomme, okay? So, complément d'objet direct, I remind you, it's written here. In a sentence is the person or thing which directly receives the action of the verb, okay? So, I eat what? What is your complément d'objet direct, okay? It is la pomme. So, if we want to replace la pomme by a pronom d'objet direct in order to avoid the repetition of saying la pomme again, then you need to use what we call the pronom. In this case, because pomme is feminine, you need to keep this as your article. And here it is here. Okay, so we are going to learn in a minute where they are placed. So, je la mange. Okay, je la mange. There. And that la is no longer a definite article. It is now a pronom d'objet direct, a direct object pronoun. Okay. And this is really hard to grasp, okay? And I get that entirely, that it might be very difficult. But in a minute, I'm hoping that everything will become much clearer. Can you do les indirect, s'il te plaît? I am going to cover objet direct to start with, so you understand the meaning, the use of the indirect object pronoun, okay? I will in a minute. Okay, I've learned so much from you. You're an amazing... Oh, thank you, Derek. Thank you very much. Okay, please do so. Is that an order? Are you giving me an order? Please do so. All right. Thank you. Now, let's have a look at what the French direct object pronouns are. Okay, and then we are going to do an exercise where I think it's the best way to learn when you practice. For example, when using a première personne du singulier, as in je or moi, the direct object is me. Here we go. Can you see that? Or M with an apostrophe when you're using a vowel or a silent H. Okay? That's not how you spell vowel, isn't it? Is that how you spell vowel? Or a silent H. Okay? For example, is watching me. is watching me. For example, il me regarde. Okay, that's how we would use the direct object. He's watching me. Okay, that's the complément. Il me regarde. Okay, now let's have a look at that deuxième personne, second person singulier, it's te. Okay, il te regarde. Okay, and T apostrophe when using a vowel and H. For the third person, it's le, la, or elle apostrophe. So him, her, or it. Okay, and we'll see that in a minute with the example that we have. When do you use le? When do you use la? And when do you use elle apostrophe? We've got the example here. Je mange la pomme. I eat it. That's what it means. I eat it. And I translate it so you can I eat it. Okay? It being the pronoun d'objet direct in that case. Yeah? So, and then when it comes to the first person plural, us, it's nous. Okay? I'm watching, they are watching us, for example. Us is the direct object pronoun. Il nous regarde. And il vous regarde when it's the second person plural, meaning you. You will notice that we have two ways of saying you, is tu or vous, you, depending on whether we are talking about someone we know very well, which is tu, someone that we don't know as well, or a group of people, that's going to be vous. Okay? And the third person plural, he watches them. Okay? Them, il les regarde. Okay? So you've got the translation here, and everything is in your support guide for more details. Okay? When I mean support guides, and if you are a member or if you are a client at Learn French with Alexa, you get access to all the support guides that go with every single video we do on YouTube, as well as the lives. Okay? So, are we clear about that? We are going to, can I say bonjour at night too? Yes, sunflower. Appreciate and patient in the lessons. Thank you. Okay. So, here, Angelina, B1, lesson 26. Thank you very much. Yes, of course, we cover that in great length in my course, in the Complete French course, which is really, really popular and is becoming more and more popular, which I'm very pleased about. Now, what you need to understand is when we are using the third person singular, and I pointed out it's here, yeah, for the he and she, okay? The pronoun agrees in gender with the noun it replaces. So, for example, let's have a look at a masculine word. Je vois le film. Okay, I see the film. Okay, je vois le film. Okay, demain, for example, tomorrow. And you want to say, I see it. Okay, what are you going to do? What is the pronoun we are going to use here? What is the direct object pronoun we are going to use for I see it? Je vois. Can you just tell me? I'm not going to reveal the answer quite yet. So, the complément d'objet is the movie. Okay, that's the complément d'objet direct, the movie. So, in English, the pronoun is it for film. Okay, it's le direct, very good. Je le vois, Disney Princess, absolutely. Harsh Dipsing, le, and Julia Wadhams, le. Okay, then perfect. Okay, le. So what we've done here, and that goes to my little writing here. The third person singular, the pronoun agrees in gender with the noun it replaces. Always, okay? If you're using a complément masculine, then use the pronoun masculine pronoun, and so on. Feminine pronoun, plural pronoun. Le, la, or les. Okay, je le vois, Unatit, very good. Unati, sorry. Best French teacher, then thank you. Right. Now, when the pronoun is placed before a word that starts with a vowel or a mute H, okay, as in, I've done a whole lesson on mute H and H aspiré et H muet. So please have a look at this lesson before I go on into more details about that. I don't want to go into more details about that. That's what I mean. What am I talking about? Right. So what you need is you drop that letter of the pronoun and you put an apostrophe. For example, j'aime la fleur. I like the flower. But we want to avoid the repetition. We want to say, I like it. Okay, so the flower is the complément d'objet direct. We want to replace it by a pronom d'objet direct. In English, it's it. I like it. Okay. In French, because M begins with a vowel or an H, muet, okay, in that case, a vowel, we put an apostrophe. Je l'aime. I love it. Je l'aime. I love it in this case, or I like it, okay? It can be of someone. For example, you could say, j'aime Marie, okay? Marie, I love Mary. And you want to say, I love her, okay? In that case, it's going to be, je l'aime as well. So let's have a look, because the third person is either him, her, or it. Le, la, and elle apostrophe. All right? Now, the difficulty you're going to have, and this is why I don't want to go too much into details with the indirect object pronoun, because it's hard enough to grasp the direct object pronoun, you know. We are going just to have a look at the positioning of a direct object pronoun. So this complément d'objet direct pronoun, so in the pronom d'objet direct, it's the same, yeah, is placed A before the conjugated verb. For example, je le connais. Here's the verb, conjugated, okay? I know him or I know it. That's what that means. We don't know what we are talking about in terms of le here. It is placed before the auxiliary verb in the companion tenses, such as the passé composé. In this case, je l'ai vu. I saw him or I saw it. And in our example, I will show you that there is a way to spell the past participle depending on whether your pronoun is a masculine plural, or feminine plural. That's another lesson completely, okay? And it is also placed before the infinitive when there is one. So, for example, je vais le voir. That's the infinitive, okay? An infinitive verb is a verb that has not yet been conjugated, as in to see. Je vais le voir. I am going to see him or it. In this case, in French, we say I'm going him to see. Okay, so you've got to take this in consideration, that in English it's not the same order as in French, okay? Sorry, je l'aime. Yes, Derek, we can't say je la aime. And that goes exactly what we've just said, yeah? We cannot say je la aime, because M begins with a vowel. And like I said, if the verb is with a vowel or a silent H, you must absolutely drop that A or the E and put an apostrophe. Okay, so be very careful with this. Okay, are you ready to do an exercise now with me? Here we go. Replace the words underlined with the correct pronom d'objet direct. Okay. So here's the first sentence. Je regarde le match. I am watching the match, as in le match de football. Okay. Now the pronoun will be placed here to avoid saying again le match. Okay. What is the phrase you must use or the pronouns you must use to say I am watching it? So it's your turn now. Can you tell me how to... Can you tell me how to... Derek, je le regarde. Je le regarde. Angelina, is this future proche? Unati, which one? Where is the future proche? Are we talking about something before? Ah oui, je vais le voir. I'm sorry to answer a question here. Is I'm going to... Well, yes, because you're using aller in the present tense. I'm going to see him. Je vais le voir plus tard. Yes, it is a near future. Absolutely. Now, je regarde le match. You want to replace the COD by a POD, which is je. You take this, le regarde. I am watching it. Yeah? Okay. Right. So we've done that. Je le regarde. Okay. The next one is a little bit harder. What is nous avons invité nos amis? We have invited our friends. Okay? Our friends. How do you replace our friends by a pronoun? What does this become when you don't want to use nos amis, but you want to use the pronoun instead? So can you just tell me what would be we invited? What would it be? Angelina, les. Archdeep Singh, nous les avons invités. Nous avons les invités, ok? Nous les avons invités. Nous les avons invités. Nous avons les invités. Okay. So let's rewind for a minute, okay? And it's perfect, and I'm loving that you are trying, you know. When do you place, where is it? The order in the sentence. Let's have a look at that. It's placed before a conjugated verb, yes, such as connaître. When it is compounded with an auxiliary verb, look at where it is. It's before the auxiliary verb. So think about that. Okay, so let's go back. Did you see that? I've done it again. Just don't look. Don't look. I think I've given you the answers. Okay, so the French tube placed before the auxiliary verb. Yes. Okay, here we go. So, nous, I'm going to write it nous. Okay. And nos amis, it's them. We invited them. Okay. Les, definitely. Okay. Avons, because the auxiliary verb is here. So this is a compounded tense. It's in the passé composé. We need to put and place the complément d'objet direct, so the pronoun, before the auxiliary. In that case, it's avons. Okay? So nous les avons invités. Okay. Now, have a look at the way I spelled invité. What does that tell you? Okay? What does that tell you? Nous les avons invités. Okay? What does that tell you? Amrita, you've written nous les avons invités, but there is one spelling mistake. And so Archdeep Singh, sorry if I mispronounce your name. Again, with the French tube, be very careful with that. Agrees in gender and number. Angelina, with what? With the fact that what? It's a... I was almost about to put that S, but then got confused. Okay, let me just undo this confusion as well as I can do it. Okay, so in order to do that, here, nous avons invité. Okay, nous sommes invité. Okay. Now, what's the difference between the two sentences here? Can't wait for indirect object pronouns. Yes, Whitney. That's okay. I might not have time. Now, remember, I have a live lessons in as an exclusive live. Yes. Disney Princess video, être and avoir is the difference. So, a rule that you must absolutely know is that when you use an auxiliary verb, the auxiliary verb être, which is to be, yeah, the past participle must always agree in gender and number with the subject with the pronoun you're using, or subject. In that case, nous, sommes invités, reflects the plural. So it's nous, it's plural, then therefore I'm going to use an S. Why? Because I'm using to be. Okay. Now, however, when using a auxiliary avoir or the auxiliary avoir, no past participle agrees in number and gender, which means there is no agreement with the subject pronoun, always. Yeah? That's a rule. However, nous les avons invités. Okay. Changes everything. Because suddenly we've added this pronom d'objet direct here. When you have a pronom d'objet direct placed before this passé composé, yeah, okay, even though there is the auxiliary avoir, you must agree the past participle in gender and number with the pronom d'objet direct, which is placed before that, okay? In this case, les is reflected here, okay? And here as well. No, it's no longer, sorry, I'm erasing that. Nous les avons invités. Invité is reflected directly to nous, okay? That's why. Okay, very quickly, j'ai vu Marie. I saw Marie becomes je. Alors, la est vu. We drop the a. We put an apostrophe because a begins with a vowel. But look what happened here. Marie is here in front of the compounded tense. Therefore, we must agree it with the past participle. I have seen her. Do you see what's happening? Is this a little bit clearer? Mais is it nous sommes or nous sommes? Nous sommes with an S. Yeah? Did I write it without? No, I wrote it with... Oh, you make me doubt, you know. The other day I did a whole video with a one mistake on my screen. And that created chaos. Didn't it, Ben?
Yeah,
unfortunately. Unfortunately, it created a lot of chaos. Hi, Alex. I really love your video as they help me understand the grammar better than anyone else. Your teaching style too is so good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Right. Let's go back. Got it. But it doesn't happen with indirect object, correct? Exactly. It doesn't. Okay. Battle of the Somme versus nous sommes. Oh, I see. La Somme as in the place where the First World War happened. Okay. Pour crash, j'ai compris. There. I'm glad you have because can you do the next one? Here. Tu vois Marie? And we want to say, so you see Marie? Do you see Marie? Okay, est-ce que tu vois Marie? We want to say, do you see her? How are we going to do that? Anybody? Tu la vois? Archipsing. Disney Princess, tu la vois? Angeline, tu la vois? Pokraj, tu la vois? I think you're on fire, guys. Whoa, okay. I think you get it. That's it. You've got it. You've got it. So, tu. Sorry, I just need tu. Here we go. Marie has to be replaced by a pronoun. Okay, it's not me, te. No, it's la, as in her. Okay. Tu la vois? Question mark. Est-ce que tu la vois? Tu la vois? La vois-tu? We could have done it in different ways, okay? Well done, you guys. You've got it. You've got it. Tu la vois? Because Marie is là, okay? Again, Marie is the complément d'objet direct, and we replaced Marie with the pronom d'objet direct, okay? Now the next one, which we are going to finish with, and then, do I have time to explain? No, I don't have time to explain the indirect object pronoun, but that can be another lesson, can't it? Il va acheter la voiture. So, he's going to buy the car. How do we, here, going to say, he's going to buy it? Whitney. Il va l'acheter. You're missing an R, but it's very good. Il va l'acheter. You'd like Munachimso. I'm sorry if I completely, just mistake your names here. Il va l'acheter. Okay, keep going. Il va l'acheter. Now, remember the placement of those pronouns, okay? It's either before a conjugated verb, before the auxiliary of a compounded word, or before a infinitive. He is going to buy, okay, which is a future, proche or near future. So, il va, and then we need the proper pronoun for la voiture, which is la, okay? However, the verb is acheter. So, we can't say il va la acheter. We need to drop the vowel a and add an apostrophe. Il va l'acheter. Okay? Il va l'acheter. Très bien. Il va l'acheter. Okay? I suppose these are the answers. And I've explained to you the agreement with the past participle in accordance to the pronoun, okay? When it comes to the indirect object pronoun, it's another lesson completely, but very quickly I could give you an example of what is an indirect object pronoun, okay? Okay. Tom gives the apple. Oh gosh, I can't even spell apple. Huh? What? To Marie. I don't know why I'm using Marie as an example always, but Tom gives the apple to Marie. Have a look at this sentence, okay? And again, that's another completely different lesson, which I am happy to do next. Okay. When are going to take a session for indirect object? Okay, I have very popular videos online on indirect object, and also I cover it in the course. So, Tom gives the apple to Marie. Apple is the complément d'objet direct. To Marie is the complément d'objet indirect. Okay, so it's an indirect complement. Okay, Tom gives what to whom? Okay, that's an indirect object complement. So, if you wanted to replace this by a pronoun, Tom gives the apple. Tom la donne. La donne. La lui donne. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Just, okay. Tom la donne. Okay. La donne à Marie. Okay. But we want to replace à Marie. Okay. Tom donne la pomme à Marie. We want to replace à Marie by an indirect object pronoun. In this case is lui. Tom la lui donne. Okay. Not lui la donne, but la lui donne. And this is why it's very, very important. You just concentrate by the pronom d'objet direct, and then by the pronom d'objet indirect comes after in another lesson, okay? And they have special positions in also in sentences, okay? Right. Tom la lui donne. Wow, Whitney, very good, very good. Tom la lui donne. Tom la donne à Marie, la lui donne. Can you please make video on TCF exam for guidance if possible? Thanks. Yeah, what's with the capital letters? But I will. Okay. Could you explain COD with negation in a sentence where they... Oh, all right. We didn't do that. Very quickly. For example, je vois Marie again. I see Marie. Okay. Je ne vois pas Marie. Okay. I do not see Marie. Je ne la vois pas. There you go. See where it is here? The complément is always before the conjugated verb, regardless of the negation. Does that answer your question? Disney princess. Disney princess. Huh?
Two verbs. One conjugated and one not.
Oh, je ne vais pas la voir. Je ne vais. Ah, okay, sorry. Very quickly. Then, yes, sorry, I didn't read that properly. Let's use yellow. Je. Oh my goodness. Seriously. Je. Let's say I am not going to see her. Okay, there are two verbs. So, je ne vais pas la voir. There you go. Do you see? Again, it's placed before the infinitive. Does that answer your question? I've got two verbs here going on. Yeah? Man, you teach you very patiently, and that makes us understand the grammar. Thanks, you man. Inform us all the time. I will always be up for your sessions, and I will always be here if I can as well to teach it. Capital letters means it's a cry for help. How did I know that? See, because I'm so old now, I'm way past my 50s. I don't understand capital letters. I see it with a scream and not a cry. Just saying. Okay. Now, I'm going to put myself big again. Okay. And in a minute, we have a live in 24 minutes, which will cover a reading exercise comprehension. So if you are not a member, then you won't be able to see this very exclusive live lesson. If you're a member, then the link is where, guys?
In the community.
In the community of this YouTube channel. Is it also online on the website?
It's on the website, yeah.
It's on the website as well. I see you super soon. Did you learn something today? Did you enjoy that? And by the way, do you like our new set? I'm definitely going to have to go back to the lessons on POD. I've always get confused with Tom la lui donne construction. It's all about, do you know, I get confused too. You know, but it's all about placements of pronouns here. And I'm going, if you want, I will do a lesson on the indirect object pronouns. Je suis heureux de vous voir. Moi aussi. Can you write well? I can't really see it, please. Are you saying I can't write? No, I'm so sorry for my handwriting. Yeah, your teaching is very good and simple. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm always confused in direct and indirect. Are you still confused in the direct object now? Okay, because I can't see how I can do it in another way. Très bel ensemble. Oh, thank you. You like the fake plants in the back and the books, the old books, and, you know, everything comes from my house. My house is empty now because it's all here. Okay, that's it for me. Au revoir. À bientôt. I hate it when they are negation, reflexive verb, and passé composé and direct and all in one sentence. My brain cannot process all that quickly. Do you know what? It gets better with practice. Yeah. I will 100% take this comment in consideration because we could do a video on that. And I could try to simplify it for you. That's it for me. Au revoir. À bientôt. Eh bien, bisous, bisous. Salut. You go, Queen. Yeah.